Britain's Prime Minister Boris Johnson left hospital to continue his recovery at his country residence. He was discharged after a week, 3 nights of which he'd spent in intensive care.
I've today left hospital after a week in which the NHS has saved my life, no question. It's hard to find words to express my debt.
He paid tribute to those who'd looked after him.
I've seen the personal courage, not just of the doctors and nurses, but of everyone. The cleaners, the cooks, the healthcare workers of every description, physios, radiographers, pharmacists, who've kept coming to work, kept putting themselves in harm's way, kept risking this deadly virus.
The number of people who've died in hospitals after being infected with coronavirus in the UK has now surpassed more than 10,000. The UK government says record amounts of personal protection equipment is in the system, but staff treating the sick say they are still vulnerable.
I'm sorry if ministers feel that they have supplied adequate PPE to NHS staff, but that's simply not the case of what we are experiencing on the ground. NHS staff don't want to be seen as heroes. We're not martyrs. We don't want to die in the line of duty. We just want to be protected so that we can do our job.
Across Europe, people are grappling with this crisis. The number of deaths in Spain rose again after a few days of dropping slightly. No wonder then that there's no let-up in efforts to try to stop the spread of the virus. And coronavirus is stalking France's care homes, killing some of its residents. Care workers here face a grim task, trying to reassure the living while dealing with the dead.
The Paris funeral homes and private funeral homes are completely overwhelmed, so it means that some corpses stay 3-4 days in the bedroom, on the bedroom floor.
This weekend should have been one of coming together for many families and friends to mark Easter. Instead, many of Europe's capitals are empty, their landmarks deserted, the churches closed. The Pope delivered his Easter Mass in a much scaled-down service at the Vatican. 100,000 people usually gather in St. Peter's Square to listen. Italy remains the epicentre of Europe's coronavirus outbreak. Other places, though, are feeling the full force of this human disaster. Emma Hayward, Al Jazeera.